Connecticut and the White Sox host Morneau and the defending division champs. White Sox Twins, Wednesday, 2 East, 11 West on WGN America.
The following is a sports presentation of WGN America.
Stadium on a summer-like night here in Los Angeles. WGN Sports brings you Chicago Cubs baseball. Tonight, Game 2 of a 3-game series. The Dodgers took the opener 5-2 last night. We welcome Cub fans from all over the country watching on WGN America, America's home for baseball. And if you want a news and weather update, WGN's 9 o'clock news is online right now on WGNTV.com. And on CLTV, we'll also have a full report as usual after the game on Channel 9. Hi again, everyone. Along with Bob Brenly, I'm Len Casper. It feels like August. It's hot here in Los Angeles. And, Bob, the Dodger bats have been fairly cold this season, but not against the Cubs.
Well, everybody in baseball's had trouble controlling Andre Ethier and Matt Kemp, and the Cubs are right along with all the other teams in the National League. But a lot of the rest of that Dodger lineup doing damage against the Cubs pitching staff this year, averaging 8 runs a game, team batting average nearly 300, and really hitting well with runners in scoring position.
And for the Cubs, we have talked about their struggles with runners in scoring position and also hitting the ball out of the park. The good news is Alfonso Soriano leading the majors with 11 home runs, but the main 3, 4, and 5 guys have combined for 1 home run.
It's really hard to believe that we're over a month into the season and those 3 gentlemen have combined for 1 home run, and somebody or somebodies are going to have to heat up. Eventually, Alfonso Soriano is not going to get pitched to. He's not going to have opportunities to drive the ball out of the ballpark.
Well, coming up, we'll talk about the starting pitchers. A big night for Ryan Dempster tonight. A big night last night. Andre Ethier extending his Major League best hitting streak to 28. Soriano with his 5th homer in as many games. But unfortunately, the Cubs came up short. Cubs and Dodgers coming up.
This penny's from 1939.
Lucky Penny really, more than any show, kind of shows the way the writers think.
This guy likes pennies.
And that penny is introduced more than 10 episodes before.
In The Scorpion and the Toad, it's introduced.
I found a 1939 penny on the subway.
It's the same penny in the flashback that we're in the same clothes. That strong sense of continuity, that's what really draws me.
When you're looking for a twist, crack open a Bud Light Lime. It's a fraction of the whole, but it's hard to control. The great taste of Bud Light with a twist. Bud Light Lime. All the refreshment of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Bud Light Lime. It's Bud Light with a twist.
Welcome back to Geico Radio. It's savings on the radio.
Hello, Clarence, from Stevens Point.
Okay, you know the grapes at the grocery store? Well, sometimes you try one, take it for a test drive, see how it tastes. Well, my wife says that's stealing. I say it's sampling. What do you think?
Yeah, listen, Clarence, I can't really speak to the moral bit, but if you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds of dollars on your car insurance. You could buy a whole heap of grapes. How's that?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
That's the way, I like it. That's the way, I like it.
Introducing Mio, a revolutionary liquid water enhancer. Add a little, add a lot, for a drink that's just the way you like it.
That's the way,
Make it yours. Make it Mio.
Chicago Cubs baseball brought to you by Budweiser. A reminder from Budweiser, great times are waiting. Designated driver. Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. Ford, the newest vehicles on the road are now at your local Ford store, like the all-new Ford Explorer, SUV, 100% reinvented. Visit localfordstores.com. Ford, drive one. And by the Illinois Lottery. How does $1,000 a week every week for the rest of your life sound? Then play Cash for Life instant games from the Illinois Lottery. The longer you live, the more you get. Welcome back to Dodger Stadium, just moments away from the first pitch. Ryan Dempster's 34th birthday was today. He'd like to give himself a nice present and a better start than last time out, Bob. Arguably the worst start of his career.
Well, it certainly looked like the worst start of his career. Ryan is unfortunately in one of those funks right now where either he misses the strike zone by such a wide margin the hitters aren't offering, or he makes pitches right down the middle of the plate. Hopefully his command will be much better tonight. He'll be able to get ahead and then expand the strike zone.
And to borrow your line that you use a lot, it's like real estate: location, location, location.
Dodger Stadium is always a great place to pitch, especially at night. Hopefully he will have the same kind of results tonight that he's had in the past pitching in this ballpark.
Chad Billingsley pitching very well over his last 3 starts, and that includes a 12-2 win at Wrigley Field.
Yeah, went 6 1/3, gave up 1 earned run in that ball game. He has just gotten better as the season has gone on. Throws a lot of fastballs.
All right, the Cubs 2-3 to start this road trip, which will end tomorrow afternoon. We are in L.A. Cubs and the Dodgers coming up next.
I don't think so. I'm going back to Cali, Cali, Cali. I'm going back to Cali.
Ooh, a brain teaser. How can Expedia now save me even more on my hotel? Well, hotels know they can't fill every room every day, like this one, and this one, and oops, my bad. So they give Expedia ginormous discounts with these unpublished rates, which means I get an even more rockin' hotel for less. My brain didn't even break a sweat. Where you book matters. Expedia.
Klondike presents 5 Seconds to Glory. 2 biker dudes versus a moment of intimacy.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
At Dairy Queen, we don't stop at good enough. We don't just give you a Mother's Day cake. We give you irresistible fudge and crunch between layers of vanilla and chocolate DQ soft serve. And we don't just blow bubbles. We blow bubbles with kittens inside them. Because at Dairy Queen, good isn't good enough. Delicious DQ Mother's Day cakes. Fudge, crunch, and DQ soft serve. So good, it's ridiculous.
We now offer phone service for $1.70 a month with Magic Jack. That's just $19.95 a year. $19.95 a year. We give you free local and long distance and your own phone number. Make us your new phone company or add a second line with Magic Jack.
Chicago Cubs baseball in high definition, brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. You will enjoy some California tunes. Got a lot of suggestions from our Facebook friends. It's hot here at Dodger Stadium. Baseball weather as the Cubs and Dodgers will play game 2. Here's Mike Quaddy's Pepsi lineup, brought to you by Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball, and your Chicago Cubs. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. Fukudome, Barney, and Castro at the top. Darwin Barney, the National League Rookie of the Month for April. Ramirez, Bird, and Pena, we talked about them in the open. Soriano, red hot. Giovanni Soto, the catcher, and the pitcher is Ryan Dempster.
Take a look at the Dodgers defense tonight. Jerry Sands in left, Matt Kemp in center, Andre Ethier in right field. Got to watch all 3 of those guys, especially the center fielder and the right fielder. Juan Uribe will be at third base. Jamie Carroll at short. Former Cub Aaron Miles at second base. James Loney struggling offensively. Was out of the lineup last night. Right back in there again tonight against the right-hander. Rod Barajas doing the catching tonight for right-hander Chad Billingsley. We mentioned Billingsley got off to somewhat of a slow start through his first 3 this season, but he's been very good in his last 3. Last time out against the Florida Marlins, had a no decision, went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits and 4 earned runs in that game. He'll throw a four-seamer, a cut fastball, a curveball, an occasional straight changeup, but he will throw a lot of fastballs, both the four-seamer and the cutter.
C.B. Buckner gets home plate tonight. Tanai Sonia at first. Dale Scott, the crew chief, at second. Jerry Meals at third.
Ruined my night.
Here's Kosuke Fukudome to start it. Hitting .375 on the year. .396 with a .491 on base average as a leadoff man, facing big right-hander Chad Billingsley, and the first pitch is bounced to James Loney. And one away.
Second
81 degrees as we get started.
What is that, about twice as warm as it is in Chicago today?
Yeah, it was another cold one. Now the reigning National League Rookie of the Month, Darwin Barney.
Well, that's quite the honor, but the real honor is that the batting stance guy, I'm sure a lot of baseball fans have seen this guy on television. He imitates the batting stances of major league players. He has a Darwin Barney stance. That's when you know you've really made it.
That's right. Proud to say I had a vote, and I cast my ballot for Darwin Barney. I only vote for guys who I think deserve it. He hit .326 in the month of April. .351 on base, .449 slugging. Was the Cubs opening day second baseman, and really has grabbed the reins at that position. He will get a specially designed trophy suitably engraved to commemorate the performance, according to the release. Now the Gillette presents the NL Rookie of the Month award. The 6'1", 240 right-hander Billingsley deals, and that one's hooked into the corner, foul, and out of play.
Got way out in front of a breaking pitch this time. Looked like a cutter that was up over the heart of the plate. Occasionally Billingsley will get around that cutter a little bit more, and it looks more like a flat slider. Much more effective when he stays on top and has a very small, sharp late break on it.
Billingsley, first-round pick in 2003. He's from Defiance, Ohio. Another 2-2 and a pop-up. Barajas has room.
Well, the at-bat ends with a pop-up to the Dodger catcher, Rod Barajas, but good extended at-bat there from Darwin Barney after Kosuke Fukudome made out on the first pitch he saw. You have to try to extend that pitcher as much as you can, and Barney's done a nice job of that throughout the early part of this season. Unfortunately, ended up with an out.
Now Starlin Castro, who will be featured on the cover of this week's Sports Illustrated. First Cub to receive that honor since Aramis Ramirez in September of 2008. Earlier that season, Kosuke Fukudome was on the cover. Look forward to reading the story as he hits a ground ball. Diving stop, Jamie Carroll. We've seen some excellent defense in this series by both teams. The Dodgers coming up after the Cubs fail to score.
When you're looking for a twist, crack open a Bud Light Lime.
It's a fraction of the whole, but it's hard to control.
great taste of Bud Light with a twist. Bud Light Lime. All the refreshment of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Bud Light Lime. It's Bud Light with a twist.
Juicy Johnsonville sausage, made with only premium cuts of pork since 1945. Johnsonville, sausage is all we do.
I'm Tate Dillow. I am the Domino's Chicken.
We have this box made to find out what people think about the new chicken.
I hope they're honest. I hope they give me the real feedback.
So order a medium 2-topping pizza with Tate's new chicken. Choose any two for $5.99 each and tell us how he did.
You know those lucky dogs who have that perfect amount of gray hair that everyone loves? Now you can be one of them. Touch of Gray combs away a little gray without getting rid of it all. Touch of Gray. Get the best of both.
Lawn gnomes, bird baths, and the competition are officially on notice. Introducing Craftsman Turn-Tight Tractors, a best-in-class 8-inch turning radius, 30% tighter than any other tractor. Craftsman, trust in your hands.
Let's check in on Don Mattingly's Dodger lineup. They come in at 15 up, 15 down. Jamie Carroll at short. Remember, Rafael Furcal's on the DL. Jerry Sands at left. Andre Ethier with a 28-game hitting streak. Matt Kemp off to a great start. Juan Uribe, and for Casey Blake, who's on the shelf. Loney, Barajas, the former Cub Miles, and the pitcher Billingsley.
And let's check out how the Cubs take the field defensively tonight. Behind Ryan Dempster, brought to you by Pepsi Max, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball, and your Chicago Cubs. 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. Soriano in left, Fukudome in right. Marlon Byrd with a tremendous running catch up against the wall in right center field last night. Continues to play great defense. Ramirez, Castro, Barney, and Pena across the infield. Giovanni Soto doing the catching for right-hander Ryan Dempster.
1-0 on Jamie Carroll, the shortstop. 0 for 4 with a run scored in the opener. And now 2-0. He got his jersey dirty on that nice defensive play to end the top of the inning. It's hard to look at those numbers. It looks like a misprint with that high ERA for Ryan Dempster, and he's 3-0 on the leadoff man. Shortest start of his career. Only got 1 out on Thursday at Arizona. This is his 34th birthday. And way inside for ball 4. That's a leadoff walk.
For the Dodgers, left fielder, number 47, Jerry Sands.
Brings up the left fielder, Jerry Sands. The Dodgers made a roster move today, activating Jake Gibbons off the disabled list. Missed 30 games due to some eye problems. And they also placed Marcus Timms on the DL with a strained quad. He left the game early last night. We wondered why, and that's why. And 5 straight bad ones for Dempster. Sands has 7 RBIs. More than half have come against the Cubs. He has 4 knocked in against the Cubs this season. Ball 2. Well, he just can't command anything right now.
Frangio has tried to call a couple of sliders here early in the game to get Dempster to finish his pitches, drive it down to the bottom of the strike zone, but he continues to struggle with that release point.
Well, we talked about it in Chicago. The key maybe to get this lineup out is to get the top 2 guys, because you've got Ethier and Kemp next, and Dempster can't get that one 3-0. Got a guy with a 28-game hitting streak on deck. Ethier 374. He's killing righties. And then Matt Kemp right behind him. Wow. Ball 4. And here's Ethier.
I'll tell you what, Len, as distasteful as this might be for Mike Quade, I think he's got to get somebody throwing right now. This is exactly what we saw from Dempster in his start in Arizona. Just could not find the strike zone, and he ended up taking a little bit off his pitches, trying to goose him up there into the strike zone, and then the Diamondbacks made him pay.
The Dodger record is 31 games. Willie Davis in 1969 as Ethier went after that first pitch and hit it foul.
Very unusual to see a hitter chase the first pitch after back-to-back 4-pitch walks, but when you're in the midst of a potentially record-setting, organizational record-setting hitting streak, this guy's allowed to swing whenever he wants.
0-2. One game short of tying Zach Wheat for the second longest in Dodger history. Wheat hit in 29 in a row for the then Brooklyn Robins in 1916. You played against him, didn't you? Inside 1-2.
He was on the DL when they played him.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the gluten-free series, huh? No Zach Wheat.
No Wheat.
2 on, nobody out. Very calm night here at Dodger Stadium. Flags aren't moving at all. 2-2.
Easier to chase that slider off the inside corner. Unfortunately, it was never in the strike zone. In order to get a swing and a miss or a swing and an easy ground ball on that pitch, it has to give the illusion of a strike to the hitter to get him to go after it.
Oof. It's a pitch you might get if you're throwing strikes.
Just off the outside corner. Gio tries to push it back to the corner, but can't buy a call.
3-2, runners not going. Ground ball could be 2. 4-6-3. Well, not out of the woods yet, but Dempster can take a deep breath.
Boy, was that huge. 88-mile-an-hour slider. He left it up in the zone. Fortunately, Ethier hit the top half of the baseball. A hard ground ball right to Darwin Barney for the tailor-made double play.
Brings up Matt Kemp. Well, congratulations to Francisco Liriano. Off to a rough start with the Twins, but tonight a no-hitter at U.S. Cellular Field. Twins 1, White Sox nothing. First no-hitter this season, the first since Roy Halladay's in the playoffs last year, the first regular season no-hitter since current Cub and former Ray Matt Garza pitched one against Detroit. And the first for the Twins since 1999 when Eric Milton dealt a no-no. Soft liners handled by Carlos Pena, and Ryan Dempster battles his way through the first with no damage done.
Look, we've all dealt with the itching of athlete's foot. I can't just wash it away. Killing it takes clinical strength. I only use Lotrimin Ultra. Its powerful formula can even cure severe cases of athlete's foot. Nothing cures better. Lotrimin Ultra, the killer cure.
Hey, Smart, you book your room yet? Nope. See, Hotels.com has over 20,000 last-minute deals every week, so I get a great deal no matter how long I wait.
Yeah, I'm not very good at waiting.
Then we must train you to wait. It is time to book, Grasshopper.
Ooh.
Now it's okay to wait. Get great deals, even at the last minute. Hotels.com. Be smart. Book smart.
There's something inside your McDonald's Happy Meal. I can swear. It's really good. Do you see it? It's called hope. Hope? Yeah, hope. I don't see any hope. I don't see any hope in here. You can't see it there, but you can see it here. Because every time you get a Happy Meal or a Mighty Kids meal, some of the money goes to Ronald McDonald House Charities to help lots of kids and families. Hope's good. Happy Meals, the simple joy of helping.
Can a cup of coffee fill an entire community with joy? Maxwell House believes so. That's why we've partnered with Rebuilding Together to help revitalize communities in need. Vote for your community at MaxwellHouse.com.
Lawn gnomes, bird baths, and the competition are officially on notice. Introducing Craftsman turn-tight tractors. A best-in-class 8-inch turning radius, 30% tighter than any other tractor. Craftsman, trust in your hands.
God bless America.
Hey fans, don't miss the action as the Cubs host the Reds this Friday at Wrigley Field. Game time is 1:20, but be sure to arrive early. The first 10,000 fans will receive a Cubs Hispanic Heritage t-shirt, compliments of Sierra Mist. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Well, maybe that's the inning that gets Ryan Dempster's season jump-started. Big double play ball off the bat of maybe the hottest guy in baseball, Andre Ethier. He then got Kemp to line out. Here we go in the second. Outside corner strike to Aramis Ramirez. Three for 20 on the road trip with 2 RBIs. Good pitch to hit, and he fouled it away. New look with the mustache, just trying to change up his luck. Having fun with Giovanni Soto. Still 1-2 to Aramis Ramirez. Another clear night here in Southern California.
And Len, we talk a lot about how the ball does not carry well here at Dodger Stadium at night. However, on a calm night like this, I'm not so sure. It feels like the kind of night that the ball should carry well.
Two and two. Last night it was Clayton Kershaw over James Russell as the Dodgers took game 1 5-2. And a full count. Bird on deck.
I mentioned at the top of the show, Billingsley will throw a lot of fastballs. He's not afraid to challenge any hitter in this Cubs lineup with the four-seamer or the cutter.
Swing and a miss. You can email us at LennonBob@Tribune.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. And we always appreciate your suggestions, except for the ones that say get those guys off the air. Called strike on Marlon Byrd. We had the graphic in the open of the show, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters combining for 1 home run. Not only that, but the lone home run was by Aramis Ramirez on April 6th. So it's been almost a month. I mean, it's remarkable. And Carlos Pena has hit the ball to the warning track maybe 4 or 5 times over the last 2 or 3 days. 1-2.
Well, it's needless to say vitally important that one or more of those guys heats it up, and relatively soon. Talk a lot about lengthening your lineup, and what we've seen through the early going for the Cubs is after Fukudome, Barney, and Castro, you just kind of cross your fingers and hope for good things. And we need these guys to produce the way they have in the past, to force that opposing pitcher and that opposing defense to work hard every inning, not just the inning that you roll around to the top of the order.
Talking about home runs, Chad Billingsley keeps the ball in the ballpark. Gave up just 8 in almost 192 innings last year.
And that's remarkable for a guy who uses his fastball as much as Billingsley does. I think it just speaks to the command that he has of that pitch.
Comebacker and a base hit. And in all fairness to Marlon Byrd in particular, you saw he's averaged about 7 home runs a year. I mean, you want him to hit some home runs, Bob, but he's not paid to really hit a lot of home runs. I think Ramirez, Pena, and Soriano are the 3 guys who really need to carry that load. And Soriano he has 11. That leads the majors. He has half the Cubs home runs.
Yeah, I agree with you, Len. I mean, Marlon Byrd, the most home runs he's ever had in one season was 20. Now, certainly he's capable of hitting 20 or 25 home runs in a season, but he's more of a line drive hitter, foul line to foul line, spray it around the field. And because of his approach, he doesn't have a lot of lift in his swing. He's not going to hit a lot of fly balls, or hopefully he's not going to hit too many fly balls. But the other guys need to do what they're paid to do. Drive that ball out of the ballpark, pick up runners when they're on base.
I was talking with his manager today, and I joked. I said, when he does hit his first one, it's going to go like 900 feet. He's going to hit one over the San Gabriel Mountains.
That'd be a blast.
Yeah, that might be a record of some sort. .02 is high and away.
Well, a couple of good signs for Pena recently. As you mentioned, Len, he's flied out to the warning track about 4 times in the last couple of ball games, including a drive to left center field last night that looked like it had a chance to get out of here. I think when he starts to drive the ball to left field and left center field, that's when you know he's getting much closer to the hitter we expect him to be.
Called strike 3. Caught the inside edge. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Billingsley.
Left fielder, number 12, Alfonso Soriano.
That's actually a 2-seam fastball with a little tail. Started it off the inside corner. Kind of freezes Pena right there. Could not pull the trigger, and that ball had enough late movement to get back to the inside corner.
In case you're wondering, the longest homer ever hit in this ballpark was hit by Willie Stargell of the Pirates. In 1969 off Alan Foster. He hit it to right 506 feet 6 inches.
Looked like it went 506 feet 8 inches to me, but who's going to quibble? Yeah, I think he hit it over the roof of the pavilions out there in right field.
Incredible. It's the only one to be measured at over 500 feet here. Right now he's all alone atop the leaderboard with 11 and leads the majors as well.
You know this is a tough ballpark to hit home runs in a night when I never had one here.
Really?
The only National League park I wasn't able to go deep. I had 2 balls in one game. Dusty Baker in left field stole one, and Ken Landreau in center field stole another one. But never was able to get one up into the seats against the Dodgers.
Yeah, they have a really short fence down each line. Quick check on Bird.
330 right down both lines. 390 to straightaway center field. 395, I stand corrected. 375 in the alleys. And generally, as the night goes on, the air gets a little heavier and the ball just doesn't seem to carry as well.
Oh, 2 pitches high. Well, the big story here in L.A. has been the ownership situation. Former Texas Rangers president Tom Schieffer, recently appointed to run the franchise by Commissioner Bud Selig. So MLB has taken over the Dodgers financial and day-to-day operations from Frank McCourt. He and his wife Jamie going through a very public divorce that has dominated the headlines here for a while. And then you had the awful opening day situation, the Giants and Dodgers. Brutal attack on a Giants fan by 2 suspects wearing Dodger jerseys. So they really have beefed up security here. Saw a story today, Bob. Charlie Sheen is going to donate $20,000 in profits and donations from a show in San Francisco to that Dodger fan, Brian Stowe.
Yeah, we've seen it in the ballpark last night and again here tonight, even between innings, to the point where police officers are cruising the aisles and keeping a close eye on the fans in the stands.
Good battle here between Billingsley and Soriano. Bird with a 1-out single. Now there are 2 outs.
Bird with a very modest lead over there at first base. I wouldn't expect him to be running. The Cubs just do not run much, and with your best home run hitter at the plate, definitely do not want to get thrown out on the bases.
I have a quirky question. For a pitcher who has a good pickoff move and fires the ball hard to first, I know it's not a pitch, but if you throw over to first 25 times, would a pitching coach add that into a pitch total?
I don't think they do. Might be
Why
worth
wouldn't you?
considering. Yeah, and the 8 warm-up pitches between innings. Granted, there's no hitter at the plate, and it's not the same kind of competitive juices flowing when you're warming up between innings. But if you go a complete game, that's 72 pitches between innings.
Right. Swing and a miss. He finally gets him. Classic Doors track. L.A. Woman as we go to break.
This aisle isn't big enough for 2 zeros.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Is that all you got?
I'm up to my knees in 0 calories. Pepsi to the max, so let's drink all of these. Snoop! Pepsi Max. Too much taste to be called a 0.
Tile regrout.
Grout tool, grout float, grout sealer, grout sponge, caulk, and a drop cloth.
Retaining wall.
Decorative block, tape measure, stakes, string,
Slag sand, hand tamper, flat pointed shovel. Booyah!
Someone's done his homework.
Solar color changing stake lights now half off, $4.99 each. 2-step aluminum step stool, just $18.99. Save 50%. Scott's Super Turf Builder Lawn Fertilizer, now $10.99. Sale ends Saturday.
For the right tools, products, and advice, True Value. Start right. Start here.
Oh, yeah. Bacon. Come celebrate Baconalia. Only at Denny's. America's Diner is always open.
Can a cup of coffee fill an entire community with joy? Maxwell House believes so. That's why we've partnered with Rebuilding Together to help revitalize communities in need. Vote for your community at MaxwellHouse.com.
Lawn Gnomes. bird baths, and the competition are officially on notice. Introducing Craftsman turn-tight tractors. A best-in-class 8-inch turning radius, 30% tighter than any other tractor. Craftsman, trust in your hands.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Dodgers batting in the bottom of the second. No score in game 2. Juan Uribe takes ball 1. Uribe 4 for 8 with a homer and 5 knocked in against the Cubs this season. The first strike of the inning for Dempster comes in pitch number 2. It took him 9 pitches to throw the first strike in the first inning. High drive deep the other way. Fukudome back on the warning track. He's going to have some real estate to make the catch. Cub fans, if you'd like to manage the game along with Mike Quaddy, log on to WGNTV.com right now. Click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner and connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and info while watching at home. Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape Pools, patio sets, play sets, hot tubs, and more. James Loney takes a strike. Not in the starting lineup last night. Did pinch hit and fly to right. We talked about the new arrangement he has with his manager. He will be fined $1 for every fly ball he hits to left, but he gets $1 back for every opposite field line drive. Now, what if he hits a towering fly ball that lands in the seats? You still get fined $1 if you hit a home run?
I'm sure James Loney would be willing to pay $1 for those long fly balls that land in the seats, but I got to believe his manager would bend the rules in that case.
Ground ball to Pena. Dempster to cover. 2 down.
For the Dodgers, catcher number 28, Roger Ross.
There's a catcher, Barajas. And the slider is up. Ball 1. He's hitting just 161 against righties.
Don Mattingly, the Dodgers skipper, the subject of one of our This Day in Baseball history. Back in 1986, Donnie Baseball connected for 3 sacrifice flies in one ball game. Only the 6th player in Major League history to accomplish that feat. He could hit. Boy, could he hit. Man.
He could field, too. Got another on this date for you, Bob. 66 years ago today, Davey Lopes was born. So he shares a birthday with tonight's Cubs starter, Ryan Dempster. Davey returning this year to the Dodger organization after 30 years of playing, coaching, and managing with a bunch of other teams. Next one on the way. Foul pop out of play. Going to give a shout out to a couple of huge Cub fans, Ava and April Arroyo, watching tonight. And Whenever we come to L.A., it's always great to see the Vice President and Director of Research from Stats LLC, Don Zminda. Does such a wonderful job.
I bet Don got really good grades in math in high school.
I would like to think so. Tapped at the plate, foul. Aaron Miles is on deck. 2-2, 2 outs. Nobody on. We're just underway here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss. Inning over. First strikeout for Dempster. Scoreless after 2.
Capri Sun 100% juice with a full serving of fruit in every pouch is a choice you can respect. Other choices?
Launch me, fellows.
Nope. Capri Sun 100% juice.
Lawn gnomes, bird baths, and the competition are officially on notice. Introducing Craftsman turn-tight tractors, a best-in-class 8-inch turning radius, 30% tighter than any other tractor.